So it's morning chore time, and I wanted to share how we got started with our farm with you guys this week. But as you can hear in the background, we have some goats ready for breakfast that think they're never going to eat and they're going to die. So, sorry if it's a little loud. I'll try to speak up. But my parents had a little hobby farm when I was growing up. We raised a lot of stuff for a brief period of time, but it was enough to wet my whistle and give me a love for all things agricultural. Just the farming lifestyle and pretty much everything about it has been very dear to my heart since. And when my husband and I got married, we made a list of things that we would really enjoy doing someday. And he really wanted to put a goat farm on there, and so we did, because I wasn't going to argue with raising animals. So a year or two after we started with chickens, raising babies and being super busy, a lady at church approached us and asked us if we were interested in raising goats, because a friend of hers that she played in a band with had his goats give birth in the middle of a blizzard in March, and he wanted to be able to get them rehomed at the end of May. And so we looked into it. We went and took a look at them, and being green as new mown grass, we didn't really know what we were doing, but we did a lot of research. And so we did a lot of reading in the 2 months before we brought them home, and prayed about it, and decided to take the leap into something a little bit bigger than chickens. And so we brought home our two does, Bunny and Willow, and learned on them for the summer and fall, and brought a buck on the property in December of that year, 2017. And so in May of 2018, we had our first kidding season, which was completely chaotic and relatively unprepared for, because we didn't have our counts right for when they were due, and all sorts of fun chaos and pandemonium that wasn't really fun at the time. But we ended up having a goat herd of about 12, and which got quite loud on our 1 acre lot, and our neighbors were getting a little fed up with the noise level, because it had been fairly quiet up to that point. And so we started praying about finding someplace bigger and being able to move on to a bigger place to be able to spread out a little bit. And in 2018, there was this housing boom thing going on where pretty much every property we looked at or were interested in that could work for us ended up going under contract before we could even get a showing for it. So we got really discouraged, and we were starting to doubt whether it was going to be the right move to get into all of this. And two brothers that we go to church with approached us and said that they had built a house, and they were wondering if we would be interested in seeing it. We had been looking at places that were going to need a lot of renovation, old farmhouses from the 1800s that were going to need so much work, and we have a couple people in the family with asthma, so construction projects were going to be stressful as far as keeping them healthy and safe with their breathing. And so when we walked into this place, and it was a new build and walk-in ready, and they wanted to do pretty much everything they could to make it as easy as possible for us, because someone had done that for them when they built their homes. We were pretty overwhelmed at the opportunity and the open door, and so we took it, and that was in October of 2018 that we moved in, and so we've been here since, and slowly making the place our own. The hope is to build a goat milk ice cream creamery. I call it the dairy empire dream. My dad always loved ice cream, and if he were still here to see it, I think he'd be pretty excited about it because it's pretty good stuff. So that's kind of the dream. That's the goal. I'm working towards that bit by bit. But as we move forward, and we just want to be able to share with locals who their goat farmers are, if we do get a chance to get to that point, and share with family and friends that may never get a chance to come and see it and hear the story. We just wanted to share bits and pieces of it. It's the abbreviated version because no one wants the really long version with all the details on a video. But it has been very overwhelming to see just the process and seeing things come about. I know it doesn't happen this way for people all the time, and so we are very grateful to the Lord for allowing it. Someone's really wound up out there, but we're just really grateful that it's growing and it's happening so far, and to be able to share it with you. So thanks for your patience with my facial expressions and my long stories.